Hello, beautiful friends. It's Erika. Today I felt really called to come on and do a special message of encouragement to the divine feminine from the divine masculine. The energies have been extremely challenging and heavy over the last couple of weeks. And even though this is a timeless reading and will apply whenever it resonates for you, if it does, we've really been going through a storm energetically. And I will tell you that the theme of feeling helpless, feeling hopeless, feeling powerless has been running rampant over the last couple of weeks. So if you've been feeling this way, I hope that this message of encouragement from the divine masculine will support you on your journey. Now, this doesn't matter whether you are a divine feminine or divine masculine in your core essence. If you are in this storm alone and trying to just navigate through the ups and downs of the intense energies in the collective, then this is going to be encouragement from your inner masculine to your intuitive, more nurturing side. So we're just going to get started and see what the divine masculine wants to communicate to the divine feminine today. So first we're going to start off with, how does he see her? How does the divine masculine see his divine feminine right now? How does he see her? Okay, that's a lot of cards. How does he see her? This one definitely wants to come out. Oh, we have the Knight of Wheels. It is the Knight of Pentacles, the Death card, and lastly we have the King of Cups. Wow. So the divine masculine really sees the divine feminine as extremely strong in her life, extremely strong in the actions that she's taken, in the steps that she's taken in her own life to make things solid, to make things successful. He admires how she has this incredible emotional maturity and that she's undergone a very deep transformation. He can see it, he can sense it, he observes it, and he admires very much how she has literally done whatever she has had to do in her own life to grow, to change, to take charge, to take the steps in her life that she's needed to close out things and be reborn again. So he sees her as this basically extremely competent and powerful divine feminine, because she's showing here, he sees her in her masculine strength. The fact that she has been able to do what she has to do in her life on her own, completely on her own. But he admires very much the fact that she has a strong sense of control over her emotions, that she feels things extremely deeply. She's highly intuitive, but she also doesn't let her emotions rule her. She's not one to go off the deep end emotionally and let her emotions get the best of her. She feels them, she knows them, but she has a sense of control over when it's safe to express them and when it's not, and to what capacity. So let's see how he feels about her. How does the divine masculine feel about his divine feminine? We have the Hierophant. I thought that was 2 cards, but it's only 1. So clearly, wow. So we have the Hierophant, the Temperance card, the 8 of Wands, and the Hanged Man. So how he feels about her. I'm getting drawn to this card, this 8 of Wands. He feels a lot of intensity for the divine feminine, but he's trying to hold himself, not hold himself back, but temper his intense passion for her, because he absolutely knows that she is his spiritual partner. Yet he's having to be patient and not rush things, not let him not let himself get overtaken by the intensity of this Eight of Wands energy. And so he feels a little bit like he is having to, like, there's something in his life that is tripping him up and snagging him a little bit to prevent him from just rushing towards her completely. Because this guy in this Eight of Wands, he's holding a wand and he's running towards her. But he's getting tripped up along the way. It's like he wants to rush towards her very strongly. He wants to tell her everything. He wants to just express what he feels for her. But there's something that he's getting tangled up in here that is causing him to pause. Because what's happening is he's building this sense of understanding the big spiritual meaning for her in his experience. And now that it's dawning on him in a much bigger way, he's like, oh my gosh, I'm going for it. And then boom, something trips him up. Something is getting him tangled. He's tangled here in a line. He's tangled here in some seaweed. There's an eel around him, kind of keeping him from moving forward. So there's some things around the masculine that are preventing him from fully rushing ahead, full steam ahead. Because as much as the masculine feels that intensity for the divine feminine, he's smarter than that. He has wised up. He has the wisdom. He has the maturity now to know that he can't just rush in. He can't just come in guns blazing and think that that's going to work. Because if you look here, we have 3 major arcana surrounding the Eight of Wands. So his soul has reached a level of divinity that knows the right way to proceed. So let's see what he wants the divine feminine to know that he really admires about her. What does he admire about his divine feminine? Oh, Queen of Cups. How she is very much connected to her heart. And we have the Tower and the Knight of Wands. What he admires about her is the fact that she trusts her intuition. No matter what is going on around her, she follows her heart. She follows her truth. She follows what she knows to be true for her. And that she is passionate about what she trusts in her intuition. That even though her world kind of didn't come crashing down, but her world had to change at a fundamental level when she opened her heart to him. And he admires how she has taken the things that have happened to her in her life that have caused her to really rebuild her life completely from this destruction of the Tower, and how it has ignited her passion in her life. How she is not going to become meek or quiet or cry in the corner. He admires that she's strong. He admires her connection to her purpose. What does he want her to know? What does he know is really hard for the divine feminine right now? What does he want to know, want her to understand about how he knows what's difficult for her at this time? What is difficult? What does he know is hard for her? The Hermit. Yeah, the fact that his energy is pulled back, that she's on her own. He knows that his energy not being quite fully there is not easy for her. And the Three of Wheels. Followed by the Six of Wheels. So he knows it's very difficult for her because he knows that she's ready to give to this, but he's still got his energy pulled back. just a bit, because he's still in the phase of self-discovery. Because she knows that he's her partner, that together they can do a lot. And she knows that, he knows that what's hard for the divine feminine is that she knows that the feeling is mutual. She knows that there is a sense of team, a sense of collaboration, a sense of we're in this together, and that this is mutual and balanced, but that he still isn't participating in it quite yet in the way that he wants to as well. So he knows that what's hard for her is that it could be that he knows she's more ready. She has been ready for the equal exchange of what she knows to be true between them. So it's not like she's sitting here wondering, oh, I wonder if he feels the same way, or I wonder if this is, is this really, it's like she knows the feeling's mutual. She knows it's reciprocated. And what's hard is that when she knows it's reciprocated, why isn't it actually tangibly manifesting in a more profound way right now? He knows that's difficult for her. So what does he want the divine feminine to know about that specifically? What does he want to say about that to her? What does he want her to know? And guys, I will be extending this, going a lot more in depth into what's going on with the masculine, and more specifically about that. That will be down in the description box below for those of you interested. But what does he want her to know about this, that he knows is hard for her? He's got the Four of Swords, the Judgment, and the Ace of Cups. So what he wants her to understand about that is, as he's pulled his energy back, because both of these cards are about retreat, pulling the energy back. As he's pulled his energy back, he's doing a major reassessment and a reevaluation of his life. He's taking stock of his world. He's taking stock of his decisions. He's taking stock of his choices. And he's realizing how it has brought him to this point to be ready to open his heart to the divine feminine. He's saying that this time apart right here is helping me strengthen and helping me heal and helping me be ready to open my heart to you, open my heart to the future, open my heart to emotional fulfillment and happiness beyond anything I've ever felt. But I've been needing to discover this. So he wants her to understand that even though she knows that she knows it's reciprocated, and she's also ready to give to him, that he is preparing to open his heart to her. He is preparing to resurrect and be born anew as he's gaining his strength and his clarity and his sense of purpose as he's pulled his energy back. So what does he wish he could say to her right now? What does he wish he could say to her at this time? The Six of Wands, that he's on his way. The Queen of Swords. And the Knight of Swords. Oh, what he really wishes he could say to you is, I'm on my way. I'm fighting my battles for you. We're going to be victorious. I'm going to make this a very strong and open. You're going to recognize, I want to be recognized by you. And even if you might be icy cold to me, I'm going to break down your walls. I'm going to come towards you, and I'm going to show you that I'm clear. I'm going to show you that I'm full of purpose. I'm going to show you that I don't want any drama, but that I'm very sincere, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to come to you and to show you how clear I really am. I want to show you the battles that I've fought. And I want you to recognize the fact that I am ready to do whatever it takes to come fight for you, divine feminine. Okay. I mean, this is so strong. That's pretty amazing. So why hasn't he yet said this to her? What is the reason he hasn't yet said this to her? The Lovers. Okay. The Page of Wands. And let me get a third card. And the Seven of Swords. So for some, the reason he hasn't said it yet is because he's in the process of truly connecting to what matters to him in love. For some, they could be making a decision about a specific relationship, that there is in the past, this masculine may have chosen someone else over his feminine because he wasn't yet mature enough. He wasn't yet mature. He went another direction. And he's got some shame around that. He may have not communicated everything. He may have had some sneakiness here. It's interesting. We don't have the Five of Cups here, but I do feel that energy of shame and guilt. For some, the reason they haven't come out and communicated this is because there is still another situation that maybe he has to wrap up before he communicates, because when he's ready to go, he's going to be ready to go. And it could be that he could still be involved in another situation where he can't quite yet communicate it because he can't quite engage yet fully. He's still fighting some battles. So what does the Divine Masculine want to reassure the Divine Feminine about? What does he want to reassure her about right now? How does he want to reassure his Divine Feminine? Oh, the Ten of Cups. Oh, it's so sweet. How much love he has. How much clarity he has about the fact that he knows his emotional fulfillment is with her. And he's ready and desiring this Ace of Wands, this passionate, purposeful beginning with her. That even though he may be not showing this right now as this King of Swords, he can be feeling a little bit reserved and logical and a little bit kind of an icy exterior. That deep inside, he's a mush ball around you. And he feels incredible passion for you. And that he knows that his happiness is with you. He's just maybe not letting it on the outside, but he is very clear. He knows for sure that you are his Divine Feminine. Because we have, coming into this reading here, we have both the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. We have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So we have the clarity, and we have the love, and we have the intuition all combining here. So he's reassuring the Divine Feminine that no matter what on the outside right now, that there is incredible passion. There's water and there's fire, which makes steam. So don't you worry about this icy exterior here if this is what's resonating for you. Okay, this is for those of you that this is a resonant feeling, and certainly not something that is like unrequited love or unrequited connection, right? That goes without saying with my readings, that this is for those dynamics that are growing, people are working on it, and not in a situation that's, for example, something that's unrequited. This is clearly something that is balanced, yet is in a state of coming together. All right, lovely souls. I hope that this was supportive for you. I'm going to head over to the extended right now and get a lot more in depth into the more vulnerable side of the Divine Masculine. What's going on for him, what he's facing, what he's working on, what he's afraid of, and a whole bunch more. So if that is of interest to you, the link is down below. And until next time, I send you much love. Bye.